SFX. Cannon blast. Imagine a metal band dropping amps into a wood chipper. October 1784. Dutch bureaucrats hopped on powdered wigs and decided naval strategy should imitate over-caffeinated raccoons raiding a dumpster. 82 warships choked the Scheldt River like Trump supporters at a Marvel premiere. Their 12-pounders trained on one Austrian dinghy where sailors were likely debating whether schnitzel should be fried in butter or existential dread. Then plot twist. A rogue Belgian cannonball arced skyward with the grace of a Walmart shopping cart downhill. Napoleon's artillery officers would have facepalmed as history's pettiest projectile scored a direct hit on a copper stew pot. Let this sink in. Humanity's deadliest pre-drone strike involved Wagner's ring cycle of culinary shame. Habsburg sailors spent hours fishing paprika-stained maps from the broth, while Dutch captains drafted the world's first PR spin. Hydrodynamic provisions redistribution, as if Thanos snapped his fingers just to steal lunch money. What ignited this circus? Emperor Joseph Roman II binge-read Adam Smith and declared river tolls cringe. The Dutch, who taxed North Sea herring like Scrooge McDuck diving into gold, responded by mobilizing more firepower than an entire Call of Duty lobby. Europe's Amazon Prime delivery route became parking lot. Modern translation: Putin nuking Starbucks over an incorrect pumpkin spice order. The overkill made Barbie's dream house explosion scene look documented. The autopsy report reads like a rejected Monty Python sketch. Casualty list. 1 Schnitzel Austria's official protest. We've experienced minor soup-related confusion, Dutch damage control. 3 months of bribing press to rebrand war crimes as the aggressive soup tasting, personal aside. This screams Karen using a Tesla flamethrower to renovate. A IKEA bookshelf incinerating your limited edition Darth Vader helmet, but somehow leaving the pile of unpaid parking. Diplomats later branded it the War of the Kettles, because admitting we cosplayed as morons voids royal health insurance. Brussels still mourns via annual Soup Fest humanity's collective memory being basically a tick-tock goldfish with Alzheimer's. Next time someone complains about drone warfare, remind them civilization peaked when chicken broth triggered détente. Joseph Roman II's entire tax scheme was less than light despotism, and more guy who tries to fix a leaky faucet with a chainsaw. Fresh off banning powdered wigs he deemed unhygienic, the man binge-watched French economic theory like it was Netflix's Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. Convinced rivers should spark joy by hemorrhaging gold. Obsessed with becoming the Steve Jobs of feudalism, he ignored that Austria's navy had fewer ships than aquaphobic pirates. The Scheldt River blockade, medieval Dutch passive aggression since 1585, essentially slapping a call manager sign on Europe's Amazon Prime shipping lane. Joseph saw 3 Dutch trade vessels bobbing innocently and hallucinated Scrooge McDuck vaults. His finance minister reportedly choked on strudel mid-proposal when ordered to tax floating wood at 50 times its value. The logic echo: your HOA president levying fines because your mailbox looks French. Worse, Joseph's advisors tried explaining nations don't declare war over pocket lint. Records show his response involved quoting Voltaire while aggressively rearranging porcelain figurines. The 1700s version of tweeting Threadpile at 3 a.m. His battle plan, essentially door-dashing a declaration of war via unicycle courier with strict instructions. Don't wake mom. Let's autopsy this dumpster fire through modern eyes. Imagine Elon Musk demanding tribute from every Tesla using freeway exit ramps. Austria's economic masterstroke mirrored a toddler selling invisible dragons at a lemonade stand, 250,000 soldiers glaring while a treasurer shook an empty tin cup at harmonica-playing merchant sailors. Personal sidebar: my ex Janice once tried charging neighbors for oxygen consumption permits during her pyramid scheme phase. Joseph's toll had identical legal footing, the geopolitical equivalent of taping Give $5 notes to penguins at the zoo. Diplomats' new scoring bounty from 3 ships was like betting your kneecaps on a coin flip. The Dutch merely yawned and deployed 1 frigate, Dolfijn, crewed by sailors so bored they later opened a literal soup kitchen on board. Historical tragedy. More like your senile uncle threatening bankruptcy court over a disputed monopoly property. Critical oversight. Taxes require enforcement, and Austria's navy had the intimidation factor of damp origami. Imagine North Korea sieging Hawaii with a rowboat and super soaker. When Dolfijn cannonballed that kettle, it symbolized peak bureaucratic rot, an empire deflating faster than a whoopee cushion at TED Talk. Final insult. Josephine cuisine took lethal splash damage. Rumor says kitchen staff mistook the Dutch broadside for angry sous chef noises. The emperor's dinner, much like his credibility, got boiled into stock. 2 truths endure. 1. Tax fraud transcends eras. 2. Never let a Habsburg near Excel spreadsheets. Next week's episode: how Catherine the Great once tried invading Sweden using only interpretive dance. It went exactly as well as Tinder forgot your Ritalin again, class. We're performing critical surgery on this word tumor. Obsidian scalpel engaged. Lean on obscure treaties. Child's play. The Dutch Admiralty strapped 15th century trade clauses into mesh suits like Pacific Rim Jaegers piloted by coked-up paralegals. Exhibit A. Article Roman 12 of the 1444 Treaty of Antwerp. That crusty relic permitted defensive measures against undue fiscal aggression. Phrasing so exquisitely vague you could carpet bomb Luxembourg over a contested stroopwafel and call it jurisprudence. Habsburg lawyers countered with their own moldering parchments, transforming the conflict into a courtroom drama best described as Suits meets Jackass, if Harvey Specter argued precedent while getting shot from a cannon into a dumpster of tax ledgers. Modern translation. Picture Disney copywriting every folk tale, then suing crackhead fanfic writers for emotional damages. Emperor Joseph's tax scheme carried the ethical weight of Elon Musk charging rent on Mars, while Dutch warships conducted customs inspections with enough gunpowder to crack tectonic plates. Ah, the Dolfijn's crew. These psychopaths upgraded from naval warfare to performance art. Their munitions manifest listed: hammer 12-pound cannonballs, hammer rancid meatballs, hammer AI-generated diss tracks roasting Wiener Schnitzel. Verified historical footnote: a gunner screamed, "Your strudel's as flaky as your claims," amid volley cultural devastation outpacing actual shrapnel. Vienna's rebuttal: a papal bull scribbled in passive-aggressive Latin subtweeting the Dutch like a medieval canine. Austria's naval countermeasures. Imagine King Charles Roman III defending Buckingham Palace with TikTok apology videos and a stapler. Their flagship SMS clown car couldn't navigate a bathtub without GPS. Meanwhile, Rotterdam's legal eagles billed 800 guilders hourly to argue that Article Roman 4 defined maritime harassment as force-feeding adversaries lukewarm borscht through a trombone. Financial reports revealed Austria spent more on powdered wigs and invisible ink than Holland allocated to ammunition. Joseph's coffers hemorrhaged ducats like Flavor Flav's clock collection at a pawn shop. Dutch commemorative medals. Just a soup kettle captioned, POV. You ignored footnote 7, the ultimate academic flex. Postscript trivia. That same treaty loophole birthed Belgium in 1830. Turns out empires built on vibes and pile legal hot takes crumble faster than Amber Heard's credibility. Habsburg naval blockades. More flaccid than Stormy Daniels' alibi, their dreadnoughts moved slower than dial-up porn buffers. Austria's tactical masterstroke. Sending the Dutch an itemized Venmo request for emotional trauma to royal cutlery. Rotterdam's rebuttal. Deploying mare liberum arguments with the grace of Ricky Gervais roasting Hollywood nepotism babies. Their brief cited maritime law so ancient, the footnotes contained velociraptor claw marks. Bonus maneuver: lawyers weaponized a 1397 bylaw protecting liquid assets, definitively classifying Joseph's stolen soup as a national security interest. Vienna's diplomatic Hail Mary. A ceremonial kettle burial, so emotionally constipated it made the Met Gala look like Woodstock. Admiralty's countergift. A flamingo pink Dutch oven-engraved VOC Bath and Body Works taxation punishes the nose trademark. Chaos climaxed when Dolfijn's crew liquidated battle debris as NFTs auctioning limited edition goulash shrapnel to Venetian merchants. Records confirm fragment 420 sold for Belgium's annual GDP. Ship's log entry, minor supply disruption. Taco Tuesday relocated to Deck 3. A Habsburg's death rattle, declaring the Scheldt River a sacred consommé sanctuary. Dutch reply. Industrial vats of split-pea slurry dumped upstream psychological warfare, making Colombian drug submarines smell like Bath and Body Works. Austria's final edict, withdrawn when their calligraphy department couldn't afford mascara for crying illuminations. The takeaway: bureaucracy melts faster than a wicked plastic cauldron under napalm. Much like crypto bros short-selling TikTok apology tours, empires dissolve when vibes outweigh viable ordnance. All right, let's tackle this. The user wants me to act as Dr. Sardonicus, the editor, and rewrite a part of a script that's apparently sucks. The main issue is repetitive sentence starts with the got it. First, I need to read through the original text carefully. It's a humorous, absurd naval battle story involving Dutch and Austrian forces with a culinary twist. It's already quite funny, but I need to make it longer, funnier, and fix the repetition. The user wants clichés removed, so I need to watch out for any overused phrases. Also, adding a specific modern pop culture analogy is mandatory. The output should only be the spoken text, no markdown. Looking at the original, the repetitive the starts are in sentences like the Dutch frigate Dolfijn and Austria's flagship Le Monarque des Épices. I can rephrase these to avoid starting with the. For example, armed not with grape shot but with weaponized absurdity, the Dutch frigate Dolfijn arrived. Would work. For pop culture, maybe compare the battle to something like The Great British Bake Off meets Pirates of the Caribbean. Or perhaps a meme reference like the "This is fine" dog amidst the chaos. I should expand on the humor. Maybe add more absurd details. The marzipan Habsburg crests are great, so playing up the edible aspects. Perhaps the sailors use baguettes as swords or something. Longer means adding more scenes or details. Maybe describe the edible castle in more ridiculous terms, or the aftermath with the food critics reviewing the battle as if it's a Yelp review. Remove any clichés. Phrases like history's most might be overused. Replace them with more original descriptions. All right, putting it all together. Start by setting the scene, avoid the add pop culture references. Make it longer with more absurdity, keep the humor sharp, and ensure only the spoken text is outputted. Let me draft a few lines to see how it flows. Maybe start with the year and then introduce the Dutch frigate in a different structure. Add a meme reference when describing the chaos. Compare the chefs to Gordon Ramsay or something. Yeah, that could work. Need to ensure the tone stays sardonic and witty as per Dr. Sardonicus. Keep the language lively and punchy. Avoid being too verbose even though it needs to be longer. Maintain the humor and absurdity without dragging. Double-checking for any clichés I might have missed. Replace history's most with something like a kitchen brigade so overqualified it made Gordon Ramsay look like a sous chef at Denny's. Adding modern touches, maybe the crews live tweet the battle or something. But stick to the 1784 setting with anachronistic humor. Finally, ensure the output is only the spoken text, no markdown, no extra formatting. In 1784, a year better known for producing terrible Christmas fruitcakes and worse colonial policies, Europe's military strategists collectively hallucinated a naval engagement that made Pirates of the Caribbean look like a C-SPAN budget meeting. Picture Gordon Ramsay commanding a destroyer on Iron Chef, Battlefield Edition, and you're halfway to understanding the Dutch frigate Dolfijn creaking into the Scheldt estuary with cannons stuffed, not with gunpowder but genetically modified wasabi peas. Their secret weapon, stern-facing floodlights rigged to blind enemies, with the reflective glory of their spotless fish poachers, a tactical innovation later plagiarized by Elon Musk for Cybertruck production. Austria's Le Monarque des Épices countered with a kitchen brigade So pretentious, they'd likely knife fight over quinoa placement at a Whole Foods hot bar. 12 conscripted sauciers marched in perfect mise en place formation, led by a pastry chef who could debone a quail while reciting Hegel's dialectics backward. Their defensive stratagem, reinforcing hull armor with laminated quoss layers, offensive playbook, deploying a floating duck, orange so succulent enemy sailors would mutiny for a taste. The ship's black box recorder later revealed the captain's final order before impact. If we drown, at least we die with opoiver crust. Precisely at 11:47 a.m., exactly 3 minutes after Chef Wolfgang's food porn snap of Joseph Roman II Schnitzel throne went viral among Bavarian influencers, Dutch artillery delivered a Yelp review in ballistic form. One cannonball breached the spice locker, converting 8 tons of imported saffron into history's most expensive depth charge. Survivors reported Hungarian goulash raining from the mizzenmast like a tick-tock soup surprise. Challenge gone apocalyptic, while the ship's sommelier was found weeping into a barrel of ruined Beaujolais shouting, "This is why we can't have nice things." Austria's tactical response channeled pure Karen energy. Engineers installed Keurig-style torpedo tubes loaded with espresso grenades to sober up those hash-smoking Dutch degenerates. Their crowning psychological warfare move, projecting barefoot contessor reruns onto enemy sails while blasting asthma recordings of aggressively loud chewing. Aboard Dolfijn, Admiral Lodewijk documented the carnage with all the emotional investment of a YouTuber unboxing another PR package. 11:53 a.m. enemy soufflé defenses collapsed. 12:07 p.m. confirmed visual on Austrian Admiral ugly crying into his Béarnaise. 12:15 p.m. our deckhands are carving dick-butt memes into their foie gras stores. God, I love this job. His crew commemorated victory by deep-frying surrender documents into Wiener Schnitzel NFTs and force-feeding them to captured POWs while playing Nyan cat on loop through a tuba. Post-battle diplomacy resembled Hell's Kitchen if hosted by the UN Security Council. Dutch envoys arrived wearing Hors d'oeuvre hats that fired cocktail wieners upon handshake. Austria retaliated by genetically engineering attack orchids that spat bone marrow reduction at anyone mentioning low-sodium diets. The resulting peace treaty scribbled onto a genetically modified giant tortilla that screamed when folded currently rots in a Brussels archive, beside other dumb European ideas like Brexit and chocolate-flavored toothpaste. Joseph Roman II legacy, establishing history's pettiest trade embargo by banning Dutch ovens, Dutch babies, and Dutch angles in all court portraits. The Dutch replied by airdropping 500 gluten-free falafel balls stamped with their new colonial motto, "You got served, France." Modern archaeologists still debate whether the battle's sole casualty, that infamous bouillabaisse, was accidental or Europe's first food-based hate crime. Either way, its tombstone in The Hague's culinary war crimes wing reads, "Here lies dinner," and probably several human rights conventions. Admiral Lodwijk's retirement speech remains a masterpiece of gastronomic shade. When life gives you lemons, make hollandaise. Then throw it in your enemy's face and monetize the reaction videos. His food truck Le Coup de Gras still operates today, serving artisanal surrender crepes and novelty cannonball-shaped meatballs that inexplicably have a 1-star Uber Eats rating. Negotiations for the kitchenware peace treaty kicked off with Austrian diplomats screaming about consommé reparations like Gordon Ramsay confronting a sloppy sous chef. Those Habsburg sore losers demanded exact liquid restitution for their ruined soup, 300 gallons of gourmet broth, or its equivalent in unmarked saffron, smuggled through Venetian canals. Dutch envoys promptly countersued for their sailors' seasonal trauma, presenting notarized documents proving Admiral Lodwijk's crew developed PTSD from rogue time exposure and existential dread induced by undersimmered bone broth. Forensic chefs testified with impeccable logic that the beast had essentially committed suicide by stupidity, an uncovered pot in wartime. Scoffed France's top culinologist while adjusting his Béarnaise-stained cufflinks, That's like walking through Kiev wearing a Z t-shirt while juggling live grenades. Darwin awards itself. Paris, never missing chance to monetize dysfunction, proposed a collaborative food truck concept more tone-deaf than Elon Musk's Twitter diplomacy. Le Dumpster Fire's flagship dish, the Sorry Not Sorry stew, a gray gruel containing apology letters dissolved in rancid butter, garnished with shrapnel-shaped croutons and a side of NDAs. Their marketing pitch screamed, fusion cuisine meets war reparations, yet somehow failed to mention all proceeds funded Versailles's illegal truffle farms. Moscow's ambassador chose this moment to flounce out harder than Can I storming off a podcast, screeching about culinary colonialism. Real borscht stopped conflicts before your wooden shoes even discovered foot fungus. His dramatic exit tripped Vienna's antique sprinklers, flooding chambers with fermented cream and creating history's saltiest cheese dip, a metaphor for European unity so perfect it hurt. Final negotiations resembled JetBlue's customer service, merged with Shark Tank auditions. Austria secured global distribution rights for Battlefield Beask. Energy drinks formal edible apologies printed on biodegradable Black Forest ham slices that fateful soup pot reforged into the Liberty Ladle. Trophy for Eurovision's next cooking competition. Dutch victories proved equally childish. Trademark ownership of Lodewijk's Revenge. Habanero enemas EU mandate declaring stroopwafels, the official snack of warfare, legal requirement. Igniting Boele Basic Hazi. Trending wars that made Dep v. Heard look like a Teletubbies rerun. Today's diplomatic disasters mirror this beautifully. NATO recently debated if instant pot explosions constitute biological terrorism after a TikTok chef unalived Swiss fondue traditions by adding Velveeta. UN committees now spend 93% of their budgets determining whether avocado toast qualifies as cultural genocide, all while ignoring actual genocides like that influencer who put ketchup on ramen in Osaka. My divorce attorney once tried mediation via competitive air fryer battles trademark at Williams-Sonoma. She now hosts a true crime podcast alleging the Kettle War was Big Kitchen's false flag operation, citing irrefutable proof that Ninja secretly funded Admiral Lodewijk. Her smoking gun, Ninja's logo, bears a suspicious resemblance to 18th century soup pot schematics. Humanity doesn't just repeat history, we remix it into a bad vaporwave track. We'll live stream forensic analyses of Napoleon's hemorrhoids, while letting climate disaster warnings expire like unread Groupon emails. When your family group chat explodes over whether Die Hard's a Christmas movie, understand you're witnessing the prelude to nuclear Armageddon. It's always some Susan from accounting shrieking, gravy doesn't belong in the microwave, before launching nukes from her smart fridge. Download our Patreon-exclusive rant on why air fryers are fascist before Skynet copyright claims your grandma's recipe blog. Your doom scroll awaits.